Everyone belongs to many different groups. These groups establish your social identity. They define who you are and give you a sense of belonging in the social world. Henry Tajfel proposed this as part of his social identity theory in 1979. In it, he states that we tend to amplify the value of the groups we belong to and devalue everyone else to further improve our self-image. As a result, we divide the world into two groups, us and them. For example, we Americans tend to take pride in our country and put down others by making fun of them and insulting them. This is cause for separation, but also brings us together as we as Americans all share something in common. This is true with every other social group, whether it be your occupation, friend groups, or family. In each social situation, we create a new social self based on who we are surrounded by, in order to be accepted as a part of the group. This is what William James stated in The Social Me. Within social media, this is especially true. Outside of school, this is the main method of communication among teenagers. On average, American adolescents spend 6.5 hours per day engaging in some form of media, including Facebook, Instagram, and other social sites. Social media has exploded in popularity in the past few years, with almost 2 billion Facebook users registered. While having an online presence with teenagers used to be a luxury, something that only lucky kids' parents allowed, it has evolved to become a necessity in our culture. If one doesn't have a Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or other accounts, they will not be as noticed or popular. Similar to Elaine Coleman in Stephen Milhouse's The Disappearance of Elaine Coleman, not being well known by many people of a similar age will lead to a loss of social identity. Having an online presence is essential to creating a good image, and not having one will only hurt one's social identity. In this day and age, likes and comments quantify success on social media, and aspiring to gain attention is built into the platforms. Many adolescents are becoming increasingly more reliant on social media affirmation for happiness, which is a modern reflection of James's philosophy. Teenagers use social media as a guide for social comparison, and try to portray their best image online, where they get to pick and choose what's posted for all to see. This alters their perception of reality, as they tend to compare their everyday life directly with what others consider worthy to post online. In other words, we compare our behind the scenes with others' highlight reels. Numerous studies have shown that this rarely has a positive impact, and more often than not results in a false sense of what reality is like. This really starts to show when adolescents think that their lives are not as good as what they see online, which frequently leads to sadness and depression. One instance of social media negatively affecting one's self-image is in the case of Hannah Smith. Hannah Smith was a 14-year-old girl living in London. Described by her parents as self-confident, happy, and a bubbly person, she was at the age where everything affects developing adolescents like herself. Stressed out from studying for exams and from her eczema, she's turned to the site Ask.fm to seek social identification. Ask.fm is a website where, without an account, users may post anonymous questions to people hoping for an answer. After Hannah received many threatening questions, including many that encouraged her to kill herself, she was found dead in her room on August 2nd, 2013, where she had hanged herself. Upon further investigation, it was found that the questions had come from the IP address of her computer, which meant that she, in fact, was the one who posted those questions. A new conclusion was made. She posted those questions hoping that her friends would come to her rescue, and when they didn't, she ended her own life. Hannah depended almost entirely on social media for validation of her social identity. When she didn't gain the attention she thought she needed, she committed suicide. There are many other examples where social media has had a negative impact on the lives of people. Due to social media, on average, women reported lower body satisfaction, a temporary rise in comparison standards towards physical attractiveness, and an enhanced belief regarding the importance of attractiveness because of the constant viewing of beautiful models in advertisements. Additionally, media conveys what we should buy, who we should be, or who we should become in order to be happy. If people cannot buy these products or meet these standards, negativity manifests in them, simply due to the prevalence of social media in everyone's lives. To wrap it up, social media affects people's perception of realities in many ways. More often than not, it's in a negative manner, and results in things like depression and low self-esteem because false standards of real life are set, due to most teenagers' reliance on social media to establish their social identity.